Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, and today we're going to be doing a roundup review on all of the First Aid Beauty skincare items. Now this is only what's in my collection. I don't think it's humanly possible to own their entire skincare line, but I have a lot here to talk about. Now while I talk about everything, I'm also going to show you guys my nighttime skincare routine, just to show you guys how it works on my skin. It's literally going to be all of these products except for the SPF that I want to talk about. So that's great. You don't really need to see how I apply SPF now, do you? But I also wanted to mention that First Aid Beauty was generous enough to have sent me all of this, but they didn't require me to do this video. They kind of just sent it as a thank you because, okay, they emailed me, right? And they literally said, hey, we saw one of your YouTube videos talking about our concealer, because as you guys know, I really liked their concealer, but I ran out of it. So not only did they give me a backup of the concealer, but they gave me everything here plus more that I haven't opened and haven't used. Now I've been using all of this for some more than 6 months, and some like the cleanser like probably in the last month or two, but I feel like we can all give cleansers like a really quick review. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, I wanted to mention real quick that First Aid Beauty as a brand is allergy tested, fragrance free, and is great for sensitive skin. I think that's what they pride themselves on, is that they could work on sensitive skin. And also, I've been doing a lot of research, and it doesn't say if First Aid Beauty is cruelty free or not. I know for sure that it's approved by PETA that it's cruelty free. However, there are some articles saying that they sell in China, and just because they sell in China doesn't mean that they aren't cruelty free. It really just depends on the laws and where it's being distributed. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the cleanser. Now this one is called the Pure Skin Face Cleanser, and this one says to remove surface oils, makeup, dirt, and grime. So of course, I always test out cleansers when it does say it can remove makeup. Now I know a lot of people actually give me a lot of shit for, you know, removing makeup with a cleanser as opposed to an oil or cleansing balm, but I truly feel like, you know, some days I don't want to go in with that oil. Just some days I just want to use a simple cleanser, and that's fine. Who are you to judge me and what I want to do, right? So I feel like with this cleanser in particular, I think yes, it does remove makeup. Like it can remove this full face of makeup that I have on. However, I would have to use this about 3 times for me to feel fully clean. So am I saying you have to use the double cleansing method with the oil first? Yes, I feel like that is the best way with this cleanser in particular to remove the makeup. I have used other cleansers that do remove makeup way better than this, and I also wanted to note, because it says it is safe for sensitive skin, if you have sensitive eyes, be warned that it may cause some burning. Now I feel like for me, I have to be very careful around my eyes, because I feel like with this product in particular, it can irritate it and make it feel a little bit more dry than normal, but for the rest of my skin it feels really hydrated and it doesn't feel stripped of its natural oils. It does check off some boxes for me, but it's definitely not my favorite. Following that up, we have the Facial Radiance pads, and this is to help exfoliate, tone, and brighten the skin. It's alcohol free and again, great for sensitive skin. Now, I initially got this first for my mom, and First Aid Beauty just sent me like an extra backup. So that was great because I was able to try it. Now, my mom was trying to find something comparable to the Dr. Dennis Gross alcohol, they're not alcohol pads, oh my god, they're the beta pads, alpha, beta, gamma, you know what I'm talking about, those red ones that everyone raves about. Now I initially got it for her just so she could use it as a way to you know, just have something that's a little bit less expensive as those ones, because they are really pricey. So she tried these ones and she felt like it wasn't as strong as Dr. Dennis Gross, and she liked the strength of that one. So it's a little less abrasive if you were wondering about the comparison, and I think for me this kind of just helps overall just re-cleanse the skin after the cleanser. So I typically will take this along the hairline first just to really get the residual makeup off, and then I will work towards the center of my face. And I feel like with toner pads in particular and toner products in general, it's really just to help maintain the pH balance of the skin. So I really like this. I think it's great, especially if you're lazy, to actually take out your toner and take out some type of cotton pad, whether that's reusable or disposable. It kind of just has it all in one for you. So if you are really ultra lazy that day, I mean, I have those days, it's just more convenient to have it here. The next item we have here is a resurfacing liquid with 10% AHA. AHA is an acronym for alpha hydroxy acid, and although I do know the ingredient, I never went out of my way to use it. You know what I mean? Like, I never went to Ulta or Sephora and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy an AHA today. It was never like that. So to have this gifted to me and to have it introduced to me, I think that was a really interesting way for me to get familiar with this product. Now, I was really nervous to use it, and it says you could use it daily, but I was a little scared to use it daily. And the first day that I used this, oh my god, I didn't know I had a cut on my face and I screeched in the middle of the night. Like, it was horrible. I really wanted to pass away in that moment. It hurt so much. Oh my god, it's just like, imagine you having a paper cut and someone just squeezing lemon juice on it. Like, that's how it felt, but on my face, and I did not enjoy that. However, since then, I have been using this at night primarily. You can use it in the day, but you have to use it with SPF. It is susceptible to sunlight, so just be sure to really protect your skin in the morning. And you should be using SPF in the mornings anyway, but you know, just to make sure that you're using it properly in the morning with SPF. Now, I've only been using it at night just so I can avoid any extra sun damage, and I feel like on my skin, it actually makes it really soft and smooth. Since the 6-day series with Alter Ego that I did, I noticed that with my foundation, I was getting bumps on my skin, and it was mostly near my cheek area, and it could have been because I was wearing a lot of foundation, and it could be because I was wearing it for a long period of time, and it could also be because I was starting my period. So there was just a lot of different factors weighing in on why I was getting bumps, why I was breaking out, and I feel like this product really helped keep it at a minimum. I do feel a little bit of a tingling sensation as I initially apply it, but I think overall it just makes the skin feel and look so amazing. I don't know if I would still use this every day. I think for me in my skincare routine, I'm good just using it like 3 times a week, you know, skipping a day in between. I don't think my skin needs all of that acid, but it's just nice, you know, to implement every other day just to make sure that my skin is at bay. Next up, we have the Hydrating Serum, and this one claims to replenish, smooth, and soften the skin. Now, you can use this both in the morning and at night, and I really like this one because it's a gel consistency, and you guys know me, anytime we get a gel product, I recommend it for everyone. I think it's great on all skin types because it is water-based. Now, it is going to sink deeper into the skin, and I feel like with this hydrating serum in particular, it really does help the skin just drink it up prior to your moisturizers and prior to the products that you're layering on top. I think that this isn't the most hydrating serum I have tried, but it is really, really amazing. I think that this is something that I do recommend, especially if somebody is oily or they just need that extra layer of hydration, especially in the winter maybe, or if you're just super dry and you need something lightweight. This is a great lightweight serum. Highly recommend this one. I don't think you could go wrong with a hydrating serum. I personally like my serums to not only be hydrating, but also have a smoothing factor or an anti-aging factor in as well. So with this, I do have to layer up another serum with it as well, but that's fine. Layer up your skincare as much as you want. I feel like this is just great, especially if you are just no fuss. Maybe you are just entering the realm of skincare, and maybe your auntie is just a true First Aid Beauty fan and she only wants to buy you First Aid Beauty. You could tell her, hey auntie, get me the hydrating serum. I think it's perfect. I have two moisturizers to talk about, but the first one I'm going to talk about is their newer release. And this one is their Ultra Repaired Oil Control Moisturizer. This is great for oily skin, and it does claim to be non-comedogenic, meaning that it won't clog the pores. You can use this both in the morning and at night. And I feel like with this product, not only is it amazing, but I think it's great on all skin types, really. I think, yes, the oil controlling factor is marketed more towards oily skin people, but I have normal skin and I feel like my skin just feels so hydrated, and it kind of looks filtered with that oil controlling little filter it has to it. So it's really amazing. It's really nice. It's so comfortable under foundation and on its own, even if, you know, I'm not wearing any foundation at all. At night, I love to layer up my skincare, and this one just feels so amazing. I actually use this on my boyfriend when I give him facials, and he absolutely loves it. He just feels like, he touches his skin and he feels like, oh my god, my skin just looks and feels so amazing. And I think for a lot of guys, they don't like looking super shiny, so this one is great, especially if you just don't like that oily glass skin look. But if you just want to look perfected, or maybe you are normal and you are going to sweat throughout the day, maybe you might want an oil controlling moisturizer. It's really good. I think this is another 9 out of 10. I highly recommend this one, and I feel like if you are somebody just trying out First Aid Beauty for the first time, I think this is a great intro moisturizer. We have all seen the Ultra Repair Cream. We have seen it in so many of those Sephora grab bags. We have seen so many at TJ Maxx. I know you've seen them. But I think, to me in particular, I don't think that this is my all-time favorite. I mostly use it for my body. I stopped using it for my face because I felt like it wasn't hydrating enough. Now, the claims of this repair cream is that it's intense hydration, and it's to help hydrate dry and parched skin, and it temporarily helps relieve minor irritation and itching due to eczema and other conditions. Now, although I do not have eczema, I do like to feel super hydrated. I want to feel like the ocean. Like, I want to feel so soft. I want to look shiny, and it's just how I prefer my skincare to be. On the face, I feel like I have to layer a lot of serums underneath and a lot of softeners underneath just to really get that effect that I want. So I feel like for my face, it's definitely heavier on the skin, but doesn't offer me the hydration. So it's not like a typical nighttime moisturizer. So I think for the body, it's absolutely amazing. It doesn't feel greasy on the skin. It kind of just sinks in really fast, which is really nice for my body, because I hate it when my t-shirts just stick to my skin. I know I mentioned how I wanted to feel like an ocean, but I want my face to feel nice and hydrated and slick and greasy. Sometimes greasy, sometimes, but I'm gonna put the grease on it, you know what I mean? I do want to give this like an 8 out of 10 because it's not as multi-use and as multi-functional for my personal routine, but I know a lot of people just use their body lotion as their face lotion. So if you were to do that, I think this is a great product because it is meant for your skin. So if you are looking for something that is a cult favorite, it's a cult classic, then definitely go for this. And plus, like I mentioned, you can get this at TJ Maxx. I have First Aid Beauty's brand new eye cream, and this one is called the Niacinamide Brightening Cream, and this one just claims to be brightening. I really like this on days where I'm not wearing makeup because this actually has this golden tint to it, and I feel like I can wear it at night, but you know, if I touch my skin, if I rub my skin, that pigment's gonna come off. So typically for the nighttime, I kind of just avoid anything tinted at all. I think that's kind of like how we all roll, right? But as far as this eye cream is concerned, super lightweight, it's hydrating, but I don't feel like it's anti-aging at all. I think when I use this, it's days where I am not wearing any makeup, so this will actually give me like a little bit of coverage, a little bit of brightness. It has like that pearlescent sheen to it, so when the sunlight hits your face, you have this nice luminous glow. But if I use this underneath concealer, I think the concealer is more prone to creasing a little bit more, because it's kind of that like liquidy, it's a little greasy, not gonna lie. It like doesn't fully dry down, and I think that's because it's meant to look really hydrating on the skin. So I feel like for that purpose I would have to use like a super mattifying concealer just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, and by the time I apply concealer and powder to set it in, you don't really get that luminescent effect anymore. It kind of just goes away with the powder. So this is something that I just reserve on no makeup days, and I think it's kind of comparable to the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but just in a skincare version. So if you're really into that, then definitely look into this. As you guys know in my vlogs, I don't wear makeup every day, so it's just great to have something that'll kind of give me that extra oomph whenever I need it. To wrap up my nighttime skincare routine, I seal everything in with the Ultra Repair Oat and Hemp Seed Dry Oil. Now, a dry oil to some people just may seem very counterintuitive because you're thinking of an oil and you're just like, how is it dry? For the most part, on me, this sinks in super fast. I don't feel like I have like this really thick layer of oil on the skin. It kind of just sinks in on its own, and when you touch your skin, yes, it feels slippery like an oil, but it doesn't feel like you have oil on the skin. It kind of just feels like you have an extra layer of moisturizer as far as hydration is concerned. This stuff is so amazing, and I'm more than halfway done with it. So if you're looking for a great oil on your skin for a nighttime routine, this is everything. I really do love this. This has no scent, and a lot of the first aid beauty products actually just don't have scents at all because it is fragrance free. But you know, sometimes with oils and sometimes with lotions, you know, they do have the lotiony, oily smell, but this one just neutral, just so fragrance free that it just smells like nothing. Definitely look into this because it really does work, and I think this one is going to be my 10 out of 10 product. This one right here, this one is my first aid beauty product recommendation. Like, out of everything in this video, definitely get the oil. It's amazing. And finally, for my daytime routine, the only thing that I have for that is my SPF. Now this one is their newest release, and this is their Weightless Liquid Mineral Sunscreen with Zinc Oxide SPF 30. Now this one is really interesting because it is a tinted sunscreen. Now it's a bit of a neutral beige tone, and they only have one color. So I'm going to squeeze it out and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So it kind of does look like my skin, but if you are darker than me, it's not really going to do you any justice. I'm scared it's going to look a little ashy on somebody who's like a deeper complexion, right? That's what it looks like. It kind of goes on clear after you rub it in, but I think that on no makeup days and on days where I'm just wearing like my face mask and I just want to feel like I did something, this is great. I think for the most part it kind of just evens out my skin. Doesn't hide anything, but it kind of just evens it out, and it also gives me that SPF. I think that when I am thinking of tinted sunscreens, I think of Coats, and I like that one because it also feels like a primer on the skin, so it's kind of like a two-in-one. With this one, I feel it being a little greasy on the skin, and I know for a lot of sunscreens that is a problem with some people, and I am an avid user of my Shiseido sunscreens, and those ones dry instantly on the skin. There's like no white cast, no white film. It's absolutely clear. So if I can get that, it's kind of just like I'm gonna use that more than I'm gonna use this, especially with the texture difference. I do want to give it a 6 out of 10. It's definitely not the best, but it's not the worst, but I do like it because it has the tint. I am not somebody who uses tinted moisturizers or BB cream, so this is my only alternative, and I think it does work really well. So maybe if you are a BB cream person or tinted moisturizer person, I think you might like it a lot more than me. So I hope you guys all loved my roundup review of my collection of First Aid Beauty skincare. I hope that you guys took some valuable tips out of this video, and I try to keep it as simple as possible because it is, you know, talking about so many products. But in the description box below, you're gonna find everything that I talked about, as well as the tutorial for this look here. I do this look a lot, so if you just want the tutorial reference, then definitely check there. And then you will also find some of the product descriptions, so some of the key factors that these products claim to have. So I hope you guys all really enjoy this video. Let me know if you guys love First Aid Beauty or if you haven't tried them at all. I really haven't used them up until this year. So I hope that you guys found this one useful again, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.